Memphis police are investigating a deadly pedestrian accident in Frazier this morning. A young boy died yesterday after a car hit him at Signal Street and Whitney Avenue just after 4 p.m. The driver stayed on the scene, we're told. Police.
All right, welcome to 2 Cents with J and V.
So
I'm V, that's J. I've seen pieces of it. He is not, so this is going to be a blind reaction for him. And he don't even know what the story is. And it is a pretty sad story. So first off, we want to start by saying and sending our condolences to the family of the young child that was killed in this situation, and just seeing and sending prayers and thoughts to everyone involved. This is a really, really hard to call situation, and you got people on both sides that were affected. So yeah, condolences to everybody, prayers and thoughts. So today we're going to be going over the, if I'm mispronouncing it, please forgive me. And it's story pretty much it has people divided, because you could say both sides were wrong and how this baby ended up dying. And then some people are leaning towards the other side. Okay. But the case involves a 6-year-old boy named Kanai Thomas in Memphis. According to local reporting, he was hit by a vehicle in the Frazier area after running into the road to retrieve his ball. He was taken to the hospital and later died. Police identified the driver as Kenai Thomas. Investigators said she remained at the scene. She was initially charged with driving on a suspended license and driving without proof of insurance. All right. But those charges were later dropped. And the case is still under investigation. All right.
See where this goes.
That's what we're working with.
Family and friends are in mourning. A breaking news update now. Family and friends are in mourning tonight after a 6-year-old boy is killed after sadly being hit by a car in Frazier. Police say the little guy was hit at the intersection of Signal Street and Whitney Avenue and later died at Le Bonheur. A driver was arrested and charged. WRG's Mike Sirianni is live at MPD's Austin Peay station with reaction to this horrifying set of circumstances. Mike?
Hey, good afternoon, Greg. Yes, a very sad situation. A 6-year-old boy struck and killed Thursday just feet away from his home on Whitney Avenue in Frazier. Now, family's still too upset to talk to me, but a neighbor described what she heard and saw Thursday.
Well, I was walking through the house and I heard an impact, and I thought it was a car wreck.
Helen Carter lives on Whitney Avenue in Frazier, close enough Thursday afternoon to see and hear neighbors traumatized after a young boy was struck by a car.
When I came out, his family was screaming and running up and down the street, and she said a 6-year-old baby was hit by the car. All I know is she said he was playing with a ball. That's all I know. And they were crowded over there, and they were covering him up, and cars were everywhere.
According to Memphis police, the youngster was in the westbound lane of Whitney Avenue when he was struck by a car going west on Whitney near Signal Street. The driver of the car, identified as 23-year-old Kenai Thomas, remained on the scene and was charged with driving while license suspended, revoked, or canceled, and financial responsibility law violation. The youngster was pronounced deceased at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital. Helen Carter still can't believe what happened and says vehicles are always speeding by her house and accidents are commonplace.
It was loud. It was a horrible impact. That's all I know. I was like, they didn't have a wreck out here again.
She says crashed vehicles normally end up in her front yard. Friday, no one in the victim's family wanted to speak about the 6-year-old, as balloons and stuffed animals are the only reminders of Thursday's chaos.
And it was covered with people. It was a lot of people. A couple of vans came right here, and it was the National Guards that came out of the van, which shocked me. But it was a horrible scene.
Back out live, we checked, and Kenai Thomas was given a $10,000 bond, and she is scheduled to be in court Monday at 9 a.m. Reporting live for your news leader, Mike Sirianni, WREG News Channel 3.
Heartbreaking news out of Frazier tonight.
Okay. So before we get to the next thing, what do you think about the charges that were initially given? Because before, I guess, I knew the whole context of the story, I was a little upset that the driver was released.
Well, she was obviously driving with a suspended license, which is a crime just about any state in America, if I'm not mistaken. And then she said she had something regarding financial responsibilities, meaning she probably got tickets that she wasn't paying for, and parking tickets, traffic tickets, something, right?
Yeah, but she young. It could have been she never had a license in the first place. Because I know a lot of people that drive. Well, I knew a lot of people that drive dirty, no license at all.
True.
To begin with.
And yeah, But in her situation, it's very different. Her license was suspended, so she had one. It was just suspended.
Oh, okay. It
Right.
said suspended.
Yeah, her
Okay.
license was suspended. So that's which would make sense either because of that little subtopic would have been financial responsibilities tied to it. One will put it two and two together, like, yo, she probably got tickets that she wasn't paying, so they suspended her license. Right? And that Department of Licensing or well within their right to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
but even I say me just thinking about it from the perspective of kids who are always playing in the street and running in the street, right? Because they're children. Driver's job is to obviously drive, safely, no matter where you're at.
And I'm glad you said that because like they actually not of the actual incident because I don't want to see that, but like you can see I'm gonna play this video because you can see it from a certain angle of what led up to it. And you can see how the scenery is, you can see the cars, how everything is going. And I think you right here you'll see why people are now split down the middle versus everybody just being upset at the driver.
Yeah.
You're gonna see why it kind of transitioned to both sides.
It's the car right there. It's flying. But it's just I was said busy, very busy road.
Yeah.
It's just he kicked the ball. Kicked the ball on the road by accident.
Yeah, but he's a kid. Actually,
that's tough to watch. She was flying too, bro. She was driving fast as hell. It's very sad.
Memphis police are investigating a deadly pedestrian accident in Frazier this morning. A young boy died yesterday after a car hit him at Signal Street and Whitney Avenue just after 4 p.m. The driver stayed on the scene, we're told. Police haven't yet released the child's age or said if any charges will be filed.
Sad, man. It's unfortunate. Rest in peace to little Keontae. That's his name.
No, Kanai Thomas.
Kanai Thomas. Rest in peace to Kanai Thomas, man. Little man. He was just a baby, and it's unfortunate.
That's the crazy part about it. That's the second time I've seen it, and it just makes it's like eerie watching people like leading up to their demise and stuff. I can't. It's so unfortunate because he was only 6 years old, and that's the part I hate about it the most. But as you can see in the video, though, like. He's outside doing what kids do. I hate that their house is off a busy street like that. But he's doing what kids do, playing basketball, the ball, going the street or whatever.
It's normal thing.
He's like, oh no, my ball, whatever. Normal kids, like I've seen kids do stuff like that all the time. Like, they'll see something halfway wasted and then they'll be looking at it while it's wasted instead of picking it up. Yeah. It's kind of like a delayed reaction kind of. And then they'll be like, oh no, my water. I've seen kids do that. But yeah, and then obviously, like you see, the family come out afterwards, and that right there is what sets people on both sides because you got the little boy in the driveway playing by himself at 6 years old, not being monitored or nothing, off that busy road, and it did like she was speeding, but I'll be honest with you, all the other cars was going fast too.
I think, man, they were flying, she was flying. It's just horrible. It sucks for the driver and it sucks for obviously the deceased child,
Yeah.
because the driver has to live with that as well,
Yeah.
and the parents obviously have to, his family obviously have to live with the loss of him, but um, it's pretty horrible. I don't think that obviously this wasn't malicious. This was a
No.
typical, vehicle versus pedestrian, traffic collision. Right?
Yeah.
It sucks. It's painful. It's horrible. Um, never want to see something like this, right? And it's just, there's no reason to point the fingers at anybody, but there's, people and the critics gonna always point fingers at somebody. I don't think there's anybody to blame in the situation. I think that if anybody, if anything, the city needs to post speed limits on this block, like because of this situation, it's going to change it's going to change traffic, the speeds of traffic. It should anyway throughout that whole area of that town because it has to because of this happening. They got to implement. I mean, the family and the neighborhood should petition the city council to impose.
But you seen what the neighbor said initially. She said sometimes cars end up in her front yard.
Yeah,
so
that's the problem. That's the thing. Like,
but
they gotta.
I gotta disagree with you on that because you said that it's nobody's. Well, I'll say this: you can't predict stuff like that. But if the neighbor has said there's been multiple wrecks on this street, I'm not gonna lie. I would not let my kids out there by themselves. I wouldn't even like if I'm out there watching them. They're not playing in the front yard. We lived off of a busy street when I was growing up.
Yeah.
My granny and them had everything put in the backyard. We didn't even like. Sometimes we'll be outside, but it's only if we were walking towards like inward to the block, not out towards the busy street. You can't take it that right, but I'm not gonna lie. It's not the safest predicament to put your child in for the most part, and I hate that for the mom because I know that bears guilt coming with that because given like. The driver could have been going slower, but I honestly feel like if it wasn't her, it was going to be somebody else that would have hit that baby.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, it is. And now, like, if we take a look, I've been pretty much just looking on social media to see like the reaction of everybody. And the young lady Keontae, she actually apologized.
Keontae, the driver on the child.
Yeah, that was her name, Keontae.
So Keontae is the driver. What's his name? And the little boy's name is
Kanai.
Kanai.
Kanai. His name is Kanai.
Okay.
And she, let me see if I can make this bigger so we can read it. So this is her apology, right?
She's Keontae.
She's saying, "This is not for no sympathy, but to the family, the mother, everyone who was affected yesterday. I'm sorry. I know I can't. Sorry. Hold on.
I got you. Sorry.
Again.
I know. Her typing is a little off a little bit, but we're gonna move past that. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I know I can't bring back baby boy, but if I could trade spots with the precious baby, I would at a heartbeat. I healed him for 3 minutes, screaming to the top of my lungs, rocking him, praying that he would made it, but praying that he made it. I was the last thing that baby seen before he closed his eyes forever. Not his mom, dad, family member. Me, the person who did this. I'm sorry that he's gone. Forever. So
yeah, she said it's gonna be with me forever.
Yeah, it's gonna be one.
Would you?
You know what? I appreciate her for doing that. I'm hoping, as much as it sucks, that the mom and the family can see like some authenticity in this apology. It's very, very. It's too early to tell right now because everybody's still grieving with with such a young boy, and she didn't have to do that. Obviously,
you think she should have?
I think she.
Or would it be best? Like, even if you are sorry in that situation, like, it's going to be people that you can't please.
Yeah, of course.
Regardless, they're going to see it as you the one that did this.
Yeah, people going to always want to point fingers. But I applaud her for doing that because not only is the parents going to have a better time having to try to, deal with the grief of this, so is she. Like I said before, she's also have to deal with this in her own way because this is very, very, it's sad, man. Like, so if we're on the outside looking at it and we're reading this, I appreciate her doing that. I know it don't help family, but I think it can. I mean, because that's not a perspective I would even came to. Like, she took full responsibility for what happened by saying, and going so far as saying, I'm holding him, trying to bring him back.
Yeah, because she could have left. A lot of people, a lot of people who are irresponsible, would have just took off. Would have been a hit and run
with the suspended license.
Yeah.
Now that's a whole other level of crimes.
Yeah.
And a whole other can of worms that I'm grateful that she did not open because I guarantee she wouldn't have got on bond for sure.
No, maybe I think that's what got her the bond in the first place was the fact that she stayed.
Performing first aid, her trying to save that boy's life. And if she would have left, I'm talking about that's major felonies. you wouldn't have got bond. I mean, if I was a judge, I wouldn't have gave a bond. You know,
Yeah.
she would have hit around with a child. Like, come on, man. Like, you would have had the whole state looking for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's keep it above. But
and like I said, paying attention to what other people are saying online, this person here pretty much is saying that yeah, Keontae may have hit Kanai, but it was coming eventually, right?
yeah.
And
So
on here,
this is someone who's coming.
yeah, this is just someone who's commenting, and this is an update saying that stop accusing her of speed. In the video, every single car was driving at the same rate of speed as her. The speed limit was 40.
Which, no, we just chimed in on that.
Yeah.
Her car speed was no different. She may have even been driving a little faster. You can kind of tell she was flying through there.
But when you steal and everything is moving slow, 40 looks like 60.
40 is, yeah.
Yeah, it will look
true.
fast.
It's true, very true. Yeah. So unfortunately, it was just a complete accident, man. But yeah, let's continue.
Yeah, the speed limit was 40. She is not being charged or cited for speeding. Yeah. She tried to stop. You can hear the brakes. Even driving at 40 and slamming on your brakes.
It takes a while to stop.
There's roughly 80 feet, give or take, before you can come to a complete stop. So yeah, and like this person said, that's a little boy. Even if she would slow down to 30 or something, it was still gonna take a while, and it was still gonna have a devastating impact on him. But yeah, so it's just online. It's kind of everywhere. It has people, and it's like extreme kind of, because a lot of people are like coming down on the mother hard.
They shouldn't do that, man. This ain't the time for that.
No, and there was actually there was a situation like she had a balloon release for the little boy, and if I find it, I'll clip it here.
Yeah.
But she had a.
Why he can't play ball? And that's what I mean, baby. They act like you can't play ball, baby. Nothing wrong with playing ball. Get him a ball, girl. Just give him a ball. You don't even know what the fuck he gonna be, man. Mama. Okay. No one let you go. Go do something else to hold you. Go find like a fruit or something. No, this is real. Where he coming from? He can't see why I brought his thing right here. He can't get in. Where is Mookie Boy? You got to see him like he coming. Y'all, this is my baby, y'all. And all he gonna do is play ball from now on. So if you hear a ball, y'all gonna remember him. Y'all gonna be thinking it's him out there playing in your yard. He gonna play tricks on a lot of y'all. Just look. He fucked Sierra up. He been fucking his world up, y'all. His baby that died after my baby hurt so bad. Cause I know he's so mad, y'all. He's so mad cause he said, I look back, mama. I checked up and get y'all. But the ball hit the curb, mama. And it was coming back. You said only by glide, only. I can get the ball.
Balloon release for him, and at the balloon release she was like, oh, I guess you can't play outside, or you can't play with the ball, you can't get the ball. And it was kind of like she was doubling down on the stance of he should have been able to play out there without being getting hit by a car.
Now, who's doubling down on that?
The mom.
Okay.
The mom was saying that, and so it was unfortunate because it kind of she not taking no responsibility in the situation, which makes it unfortunate.
Yeah.
And yeah, so she pretty much doubling down on that, saying that he should have been able to play with the ball where he was playing with the ball in his driveway and not be hit by a car.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point too where Keontae apologized. Or like we just read her apology, and I guess
if we're not looking at it from a malicious standpoint, that looked very, very sincere. That looked like a very sincere apology,
right?
It didn't look like something that was just thrown out there to win. That the way she, I know I'm keep repeating myself, but the way she portrayed her involvement in that is very that's freaking heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? Like she took full ownership of what happened, at least from what I just read.
Yeah,
but. That him right there.
Yeah, that's little man.
That's Keontae, and
yeah.
Okay.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
But
it's sad, man, but
it
it's,
was,
yeah.
she was pretty much going on to that extent of, he should have been able to play with the ball.
Yeah.
And then story actually got kind of crazier. And again, if I can find the footage, I'll insert it here.
Yeah.
There was a video of someone recording the mom being arrested.
Both at the mama house. They got the mama in cuffs. Live footage, you hear me? They finna lock the mama up. The mama is going to jail. On my soul, the mama is going to jail. Man, that's crazy. Charges dropped. Mama going to jail. You shouldn't have had your baby in the street. Toto. Baby going to jail. Live footage. Hey, my phone about to go dead, but I'm gonna get y'all some live footage. Right quick. She is in the back of the car. Bitch finna go to jail. Man, that's crazy. Ooh, that's crazy, fool. Thank God that they locked that little girl up. Bitch going to jail today. You should have let your little baby run across the street. But she's on the way out of here.
After this situation.
Yeah, the mom being arrested, a lot of people speculated because she may have been arrested for some type of neglect for leaving him out there. But there was someone in the comment section, again, I'll put it in here.
Yeah.
There was someone in the comment section that said no, she wasn't arrested for neglect. She was arrested for threatening Keontae.
Oh, so
And
you can be arrested.
yeah, and Keontae kind of, and this is where I guess she's winning the people over, is that
Keontae is?
yeah, she's asking people to extend grace to the mother. Like the
Yeah.
mother's out, she's on social media.
She's hurt.
Saying all types of stuff, and she's just saying, hey, I understand. She don't accept it, because I think Keontae has a child as well. So she was like, I understand. But she actually was telling people like to give the mom grace, because the mom was just like, I don't she said straight out, she's like, I don't believe her. She's lying. I don't accept that fake ass apology.
Mom is saying that.
Yeah.
She's grieving, man. She's hurt.
So
She's hurt. We've all as parents.
Yeah.
Right? We understand, like,
I don't think it's gonna be immediate. Like, even if she did forgive her, I don't think that's gonna be immediate.
It's too early. But at least, respectfully on Keontae's behalf, she didn't waste no time like coming out to apologize. She didn't deflect. She took full ownership of this whole situation. And or on the back end of that, she took, I'm assuming what's been portrayed, she took full ownership of her part in that.
Yeah.
The other part is 6-year-old boy ran out in the middle of the street. Unfortunately, was hit by a car that was driving at a little, at normal speeds or a little bit higher than normal speeds. We don't know. We weren't there. We don't have speedometers, you know what I'm saying, pointing at the car or whatever. We don't know. But historically, that road has a problem with people speeding on it. It's not new. And then, unfortunately, her son was just a victim. So that's the wrong place, wrong time. It sucks to say that, but it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and it's unfortunate because she's like, I'll say this. I'm gonna be quite honest, right? I'm gonna be really literal, and I know some people may try to play, especially some parents out there. Yeah. There are times where, as parents, we can be overwhelmed, we can be distracted, and I ain't gonna lie. A lot of times, it's luck that allows for something terrible not to happen at that moment. Like it's luck. Like it's plenty of people that turn their back and their baby is walking and followed them somewhere they weren't supposed to follow them and almost hurt themselves. Like you leave your baby sitting on the couch and then you catch them as they about to fall. Sometimes it's luck. Like but like there's plenty of times we get distracted. I ain't gonna lie. There's plenty of times we get distracted. And we not having our eyes on them at all times. And
made our fair share.
Yeah, it's hard. Like literally, especially when they in them toddler years. Like if if it's too quiet, something is going on. How many times have we walked in and one baby and got peanut butter or Vaseline all on them and like, damn, like I just turned my head for 2 seconds, so
Curious Jordan.
Yeah.
For real.
And I can understand I can understand the plight of the mom, but I think like also, it's just, it's easier to point outward than inward.
Like I said, that's why it'll be easy for anybody on outside of this to start pointing fingers, even the parents involved, even more of the family involved. Like, it's all Keontae's fault. It's all like, let's go back to what I was saying at the beginning of the conversation, which is how, holding the city accountable. Let's just use that as a realistic example that can turn into something that can potentially happen if this conversation gets out to the interwebs, right? This is an inner city neighborhood, right, with a 40-mile-per-hour lane supposedly that goes through it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of traffic collisions that take place. One of the people in this video, the neighbor who was, the neighbor to the victim's family, said she had cars crashing in her front yard. Man, how about we implement, which we're used to being in this area, we see speed bumps.
Yeah.
Right?
I definitely think that would happen.
Inner city speed bumps. Even that's going to force traffic to slow down regardless of how they feel. Like, regardless of how the driver feels, you have to slow down for this big ass speed bump right in the middle of the road in this neighborhood that's known for having traffic accidents, right? Yeah. Or more or less speeding, high rate of speed. That's just one example, but that's a realistic thing that potentially, if I'm the parent, and if I can find some way to forgive the sister for, hitting your child, I'm gonna go talk to the city. Like, hey, y'all need to do something about this, or there's gonna be a major lawsuit.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, because that's a city problem at that point. Like, granted, we see a bunch of houses around here that have these crazy busy intersections. We live right around one. You know what I'm saying? Like, the house up the way, the nice little brick to it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, so with that said, with an example like I just brought up, there has to be a certain level of control that has to go in that. Sometimes it may not be the case, but I think laws are usually written because of situations,
because of tragedies that happen that precede
right?
them. Yeah.
This is unfortunately, rest in peace to little man. This could be the start of new laws or more or less city policy, city and municipal codes that can put in place to prevent something like this from happening again. Because I guess there's other kids that play on the same block.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it probably is. Probably is.
Footballs and basketball being rolled and thrown in the road, and some kid, teenager, is gonna run out there and try to retrieve it.
Yeah,
right.
And I think people should come to that conclusion. Like, obviously, like you said, if there being pressures happening before, then the city should have been and done something about it. But yeah, it's unfortunate, and I really wish people would take a page out of Keontae's book and give this mom some grace. Like, she's dealing with it in an unconventional way because, like I said, she's doubling down on the stance.
The ones are still fresh too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks, but it's painful. I mean, this is all the woman scorn coming out. When you talking about Mama Bear and Cubs, it's a whole different conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's from her doubling down on her stance to, obviously, I think nobody expected her to accept Keontae's apology immediately because this just happened last week, I think. And then also, like, she's like, as you can see right here, like, she is like responding to comments by asking them to subscribe to her YouTube page or her Facebook page.
The mom is?
Yeah, like, she's responding.
Go like and heart subscribe at. Okay.
So that is like. That's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way as well. But like Keontae was saying, like, give this lady some grace. We don't know. She could be like trying to raise funds to pay for the funeral.
Which will make sense.
Maybe that's what I thought. I didn't think, like, because some people are saying like, oh, you're trying to get attention. Like, I'm not gonna subscribe to your stuff. Your baby just died. You're trying to get attention because, like I said, it's already a bad look because in a lot of people's eyes, she was neglectful in that instance because she said that, she was keeping an eye on him. Yeah. But as we saw in the video, like, when the ball went in the street, did nobody come outside? Because if I was watching him, I would have, as soon as that ball went in the street, I would have said, hey, don't you run in that street after that ball. And I think he would have got some type of reaction from her if she was right there. True. And like I said, like, just giving grace is admitting, like, as parents, there are times where we are just lucky in the moments that we are distracted. And it could be, and I mean like innocent distracted, meaning like, oh, let me go get something out the stove, something out the oven, and then this kid over here is doing something hanging off the wall. Like, the innocent distracting, not like doing something malicious or just willfully ignoring your kid. But there are times where, like, I've been innocently distracted. One kid is doing something else, I turn my back on that kid, this kid about to jump off the couch. That's literally happened to me before. Like, my kids are like, they were wild when they were toddlers, and you blink, they doing something. So
acrobats.
Real
talk. I say this much. So outside, I say, let me take it back to the parental responsibilities, because I'm gonna throw a wrench in that situation. Outside of the traffic accident, the traffic collision. All right, let's keep it a buck. If this was suspicious van and drove up, snatched this boy off the block, what then? You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? Like, let's keep it a being. Because you got to think about it like that. Like, it may not be a traffic collision next time. It may not be a vehicle versus a child. It could be a random guy out here snatching kids, kidnapping somebody. And now you're looking at, now the whole world pointing fingers at moms. Now
That's
the whole
true.
world pointing, now the whole social media world is pointing fingers at the parents.
Yeah.
Right. And now, where the cameras at? Like all this other, now we bringing it the technology and all the other different things and reasons of why this shouldn't have happened. So reality, like there's a certain level of responsibility mom does have to take in this, regardless of what people are saying as a parent. Like, man, you know how we were, man. When our kids was outside, we was outside.
Yeah.
We weren't doing a damn about it. We kept our own children. Yeah. So we can say like that's why we always in their business now. We ain't never deviated from that. So but that was the only way we can keep them safe. That was when we could feel comfortable about who they were around, what they were doing, and they strayed further than this boundary over here. We on that, they getting that, that check. Yeah, they gonna get that work, right? So, but if I'm looking at it from a different perspective scenario I just gave you, who's responsible, right? It's just that changes things completely. And unfortunately, this is gonna take some serious reflection by her. I hope she does really sit on this and really consider what happened and how did this happen?
Yeah.
What was my fault? What was my part in this? Because ultimately she's the parent.
Yeah.
That's her son, right? And he's gone now. Now all she has now is just time to think about what she could have did better.
Yeah, I don't think, and that's why I say people have to give grace, because before this situation happened, you can't necessarily tell everything about a person's life by their social media, but I feel like she loved that baby. I'll insert the pictures that she was putting up. I feel like she loved her child. I did. Like, I don't think anyone should be questioning that.
No.
Of course not. I do think she loved them. And like I said, we get distracted though. And on top of that, sometimes we be trying to, especially off them little kids, we be trying to take their training wheels of life off too fast. Like what's crazy is when I was 6 or 7, I was getting off the bus by myself and walking home, unlocking. Like, my mama was still at work. When I was in the first grade, I was coming home to an empty house. I was walking home from the bus stop, which was a good, from the bus stop to the apartment was like a good 7 minutes. It was like a 7-minute walk by myself. So nothing but we call them latchkey kids.
Yeah.
I was a latchkey kid going home.
That's crazy.
Going to the apartment, unlocking the door, coming in, locking the door behind me. I got the don't answer the door talk a million times, but it was like that for a little while. So I think a lot of times too, parents be trying to take the training wheels off the kids because that baby shouldn't, whether he lived on a busy street or not, he don't need to be outside by himself. Like, we dealt with things where people can come up to your kids, people can be trying to harm your kids.
We still living outside.
We seen that over here.
Yeah.
People doing crazy stuff, and
it's a fact.
So anyway, but rest in peace to baby Kanai.
Yeah, man. Peace to that little boy, man.
And condolences to the mom. People need to pray for her. I get it's so easy to judge her, because I got kids. I be having an urge to judge, but we all just should. We got to pray for her.
Yeah,
and
I know I am, because that just sucks, man. Like, I don't know. It's tragic, man. I'm just leaving it at that. It's just real tragic, and he was a 6-year-old baby boy, man. That's,
rest in peace to him, man. And
pray for his mom. Praying for you, ma'am. I hope you can find time to, forgive all the parties involved in this. And I hope you can find time to even, just, I don't even know, to come to grip. I don't even know how to,
just heal, man. People, that's all they can do is just attempt to heal.
Yeah, just heal from this, man.
Yeah.
Like, we hope you can heal from this, man, because we know that losing a child is one of the most unfortunate things that any parent can have to succumb to. So praying for you, for your family, and we also praying for Keontae as well, because she has to live with that. You know what I'm saying? So, we hope everybody finds a way to move past this, and forget all the critics, man. Everybody got an opinion, man. Trust me, this ain't the time for all that nonsense. So y'all put all that to rest, man, and just pray for this family and the people involved. Real.
Yeah, that's all we can do. But just asking everybody else, what do y'all think? Obviously, as you can see on social media, a lot of people, they're split. And what I'm starting to notice is people are starting to, stand up for Keontae. She's thanked everybody for supporting her, because the charges were dropped. And she felt like she couldn't have done that without the village of people behind her. And, you know, it was people coming out. I think like her godmother came out and just advocating for her that she's a sweet girl. And, you know, she would never do anything like that on purpose. And that she even stayed with the baby until, you know, the ambulance came. So just, you know, like I said, everybody be graceful. But be as honest as you can. You know, drop a comment down below. Letting us know what you think about the situation.